So welcome to the MySaw Workshop. It's been a while since I've done any video work and you've seen anything of me. A couple things happened. One, I made a big push to get the sewing cutting table finished and did a lot of video while I was doing that, but I hadn't published anything. And two weeks ago I had sinus surgery. So I'm 9 days after sinus surgery today. You can hear kind of a little rasp in my voice that I guess will go away eventually. So what happened with that? Well, back in October of 2015, I started on a venture to try to fix a sleep apnea problem. Two things there. My wife kind of told me a lot of times in the past year, and you know how wives are, they kind of get tired of telling you. And so I would wake up in the middle of the night gasping for air, and that's just not normal. I'd wake up in the morning and be talking to my wife, and I would literally drift off and just nod my head and sleep after sleeping all night, supposedly. Went to the doctor in October of 2015, and he looked at me and he said, "Do you realize you have a sinus infection?" And I said, "No." He said, "Well, you have a serious sinus infection." And we sort of figured out that I've had this sinus infection for a year, or more than a year. And it was I kind of had a problem, but I kind of ignored it, as we do sometimes. So March 18th, we finally got scheduled for surgery. I needed 6 weeks after the surgery, and just in the time frame of my life, that's when it worked out to be. Turns out the doctors are real busy at the end of the year. I didn't know that. So March 18th, 9 days ago, I had surgery where he went in and fixed a deviated septum and did some work on all of my sinuses, enlarging cavities, and found literally a fungus lump in my large sinus on my right side here. It had to really cut it out. I mean, that's the best thing I can tell you. It was not good. It was a lot of work. So the first week, if you've ever done sinus surgery, the first week is just awful. I had pain drugs. I just stayed out for a few days as much as I could. Dealt with it. Went to the doctor a week later, and they gave you a lot of relief with what they could do in that visit to the doctor. And last Monday, after about 10 days of surgery, I've been up and around and just tired of laying in bed and tired of sleeping all day. And so I'm sleeping, the last 2 nights I actually slept all night, which is a big deal when you have this surgery. I've got 2 more weeks from now before I can get back in the shop with dust and just kind of respecting what's going on in my sinuses right now. So one of the things I've done is I've got to do dust mask. This I got from Highland Hardware. It's called an Eclipse. And here you see me wearing it. One of the things coming up is going to be a video on dust control in my shop and show you what I've done and show you what I think is effective and try to control as much dust in the shop to me to try to protect my sinuses a little bit. I don't do hearing protection because my hearing's gone anyway. I wear glasses that I consider safety glasses. So really the last thing I really need to try to take care of myself and be able to not have problems is dust control. So what's the status of some projects in my shop? The sewing cutting table is basically assembled. I'm showing you a short video of that right here. We've got the bottom done, of course, and the units are installed in it. They went in perfectly. I'm just amazed at the fit. I'm just really I'm happy with that result. We've got the top right here. So it's ready to be trimmed and installed. I've got to make some trim for the top, etc. But that's ready to be done. Then we'll be done with that project. I also snuck in a little project over here on my table saw. I'm a little OCD, and y'all probably noticed that. I'm constantly bugged with things that sit on the right-hand side of my table saw. And I know we all have stuff sitting on our table saws. So I made a little shelf thing to put my gripper blocks on that attaches to the end of the table extension. Use some 1-inch Russian birch ply. I don't think it's Russian, but it's 1-inch, that really nice multi-ply stuff. And just by using 2 boards, I got a really nice result and a really nice little addition to some organization on the end of that. Catch you up a little bit on the video. I've got a couple of big lights that I built. Videos in the can to do about that. The bucket plods are working really well. If you see me on Instagram, I'll show them occasionally. So things are going real well with video. I've learned I have so much respect for the guys that are out there doing video all the time, and you all know them. They're going to be at the Woodworking Show, by the way, this Friday in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta, and so I'm looking forward to seeing a whole bunch of guys that I watch a lot of videos for, and I've learned a lot from about the video world. I do so respect them and the work they put in. This is an enormous amount of work to produce videos. A 5-minute video that you're looking at here will be at least 2 to 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours of work to get it out the door. And just doing takes and trying to figure out how to talk. I'm a kind of a weird guy, and y'all know that by now too. So there we have it. We got a few projects coming up. I've got some shelves to build on the landing, on the steps to finish the basement room. That's going to be for our canned goods and wine storage. Just looking forward to doing some projects in the shop. That'll be some furniture and maybe some small boxes. So thanks for watching this little quick update. The shop update is what I'm calling them. They're not weekly. I'll never get to that kind of a schedule, I don't think. Do subscribe to my channel here. If you're interested, I've got 120 people subscribed. That's awesome. I'm really proud and really proud that people are looking at what I'm doing a little bit. Hope to keep some interesting things going. I do have some videos planned that I think you're going to find real interesting. So keep on watching, get in the shop, have some fun, be safe. So thanks for watching.